What is going on? Carter here with Edged Mindset. I've got a really cool knife to talk about today. This is the Vampire Jack from Jack Wolf Knives. Now, I know Jack Wolf Knives are not new. Vampire Jack is not new, but they are new to me. This is something I've had my eye on for quite some time now. I've been very intrigued. And frankly, this company, Jack Wolf Knives, made me feel a little bit silly that I didn't think of this idea before. And that is taking traditional American knives, slip joint knives, and modernizing them with modern materials and modern stylings. What a cool concept. Let's open this baby up while we talk about some of this other stuff. So the other thing I was surprised about when this came in is some of the cool swag it comes with. You've got this nice cloth from Jack Wolf Knives. That's cool. The artwork, which I did know about, this cool tube packaging. You've got some stickers in there. The artwork is really cool. A nice touch on here. It gives all kinds of information. I think on the actual box, it gives information about the company, where they started, why they do what they do. It also comes with a nice leather pouch. You can throw this into your pocket so you can carry your knife around without having it jostling around in there or getting lost or anything like that. It also comes with a pog on the top of the cap here. I haven't seen one of these in years. This was something back in the 90s it wasn't invented in the 90s, but it got really, really popular. People would collect these things. I had a bunch of pogs. My cousin had like the biggest killer collection of pogs I'd ever seen in my life. However, most people didn't know how to actually play it. It's an actual game where you take like a slammer and you hit them, and then depending on how they land, like the other person gets to keep some of them or something like that. But that blew me away when I opened this up and this fell out. I was like, I know what that is. That is a pog. How cool is that? So, the idea here is you collect these, right? And then you can show off your collection of Jack Wolf knife pogs. On to the knife. Let's talk about this knife. I'm going to wipe this off just really quickly. This thing is really cool, and it is everything that I thought it would be based on the pictures. This Vampire Jack with this swelled middle piece right here reminds me of the wasp design, the Italian stiletto wasps that look so cool. And it also gives that kind of Halloween-y kind of grave, I don't know why, it gives that kind of grave stone type feel to it that looks really, really cool. Purple haze carbon fiber on this one. I love purple. It is my favorite color, especially when you mix it with black like that. Really like that purple haze. I've got a Something Obscene Company Nemly coming in purple haze that I'm really excited about. That'll be cool. Titanium bolsters, titanium liners. I can't quite tell. It looks like it's all one piece. So it looks like this is all one piece of titanium, and then they actually mill this pocket out for these carbon fiber inlays right there, which is really cool. It's going to lead to a very, very sturdy design. And then also look at that gap where the blade meets that slip joint lock right there. It is super smooth. You really can't even see any gaps. And when there's not a bright light shining on it like here, it almost looks seamless. It's really cool. And feeling this, there's nothing snagging, which is very interesting. So the machining, anyways, long story short, the machining on this thing is superb, meticulous. I couldn't believe it. I have been looking over this thing, trying to find any flaws, and I can't. These are made overseas. I'm not sure who the OEM manufacturer is on these, but whoever it is, they're doing a bang up job. The blade though, S90V steel. This is going to be a freaking workhorse. High hollow grind. Look at those grind lines. Beautiful. Look at that thin secondary bevel. This thing is a slicer supreme. You can hear it. I think you can hear it. You can hear that just that hollowness on this blade. It is a monster slicer. I would be, I'm not a big metallurgist, so take what I'm about to say with a big bag of salt, because what the hell do I know? But it does make me a little nervous to be running S90V, which is really hard. this thin. I would be kind of worried about chipping. I could be completely wrong. Maybe it's absolutely fine. But in the past, I've shied away from blades like this because I'm just worried I'm going to get breakage and chippage on there. So if anybody knows, correct me. Comment down below why I'm stupid and why running S90V this thin is not going to cause any problems. Let me know down below. I like to learn. The action on this thing is very, very stout. Very stout. I'd imagine it's going to break in a little bit and become a little bit easier, but it is quite stout. Now, the benefit to that, though, is that when it's in the open position, I mean, this thing is as close to being a locking knife without being a locking knife as you could possibly get. Like, it is not going to close on you unless you are trying to close it. Like, even if I try to just get it to the half stop position by pushing with my thumb,